You know, in every language, there are certain phrases that go way beyond just words. They're like a little window into the culture. Today, we're unlocking a really powerful one from Bahasa Indonesia that gets to the heart of the difference between just existing and living a life that's truly worthwhile.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Motakar channel. This is the place where we make learning Bahasa Indonesia feel practical, clear, and hopefully a lot of fun. I'm so glad you're here with me today.
So, let's start with this. You've probably heard the English phrase a livable life thrown around, but have you ever stopped to think about what it really means? And for our purposes, how would you even begin to express that big, powerful idea in Indonesian? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into. We're going to take that English concept and uncover its rich Indonesian equivalent. And trust me, it's so much more than a simple direct translation. It's about grasping a whole cultural perspective on what makes a life genuinely worth living.
Okay, so the phrase we're looking for is kehidupan yang layak dijalani. Let's try saying that. It's kehidupan yang layak dijalani. It essentially means a life that is comfortable, humane, and truly worth living. The big idea here? It's not just about breathing and getting by.
So, what goes into this idea of a livable life? Well, you can think of it as resting on four key pillars. First, nyaman. That's about comfort, a sense of physical and mental ease. Then we have manusiawi, humane, which means a life filled with dignity. Next up is penuh harapan, being full of hope for what's to come. And finally, seimbang, having a sense of balance. You put them all together, and you get this beautiful, holistic picture of true well-being. And this slide right here, this really gets to the heart of it. On one side, you have Sikadar Bertan, which means just surviving. Just getting through the day. But on the other, you have Kehidupan yang layak dijalani, a life that has real quality. This isn't just about different words. It's the fundamental difference between simply existing and truly living. Okay, so you get what it means, which is awesome. That's half the battle. But now let's talk about when you would actually use this phrase. Because, as you know, context is absolutely everything when you're trying to make new vocabulary sound natural. And the great thing is, you will hear this phrase pop up all over the place, from really big picture conversations to quiet, personal moments. You might hear it in an economic debate about fair wages, or in a social chat about what makes a community strong. But it's just as common in personal reflections, when someone is talking about their own life journey. Basically, it's the go-to phrase for any talk about a better standard of living. All right, now for my favorite part, the practical stuff. Let's actually see how this phrase works in some real-world sentences. This is usually where it all starts to click. We're going to look at three totally different examples. Okay, example number one is straight from an economic context. Just listen to the flow of the sentence. Pekerjaan dengan gaji yang adil dapat membantu seseorang memiliki kehidupan yang layak dijalani. Let's break that down. It starts with pekerjaan dengan gaji yang adil, which means a job with fair pay. That job dapat membantu seseorang memiliki or can help someone have what? Our key phrase, kehidupan yang layak dijalani. See how it creates that powerful direct link between fair work and having a quality life? Okay, now let's shift gears to something way more personal. This example is all about the power of relationships. Listen.
Dukungan keluarga membuatnya merasa bahwa hidupnya masih layak untuk dijalani.
So here, Dukungan keluarga membuatnya merasa translates to family support makes him feel that his life is still layak untuk dijalani, that it's still worth living. I love that slight variation in the translation. It really captures the deep emotional weight of the phrase in a personal setting.
And for our last one, let's scale all the way up to the societal level. This is something you might hear on the news or in a formal speech.
Tujuan pemerintah adalah menciptakan kondisi yang memungkinkan setiap warga memiliki kehidupan yang layak dijalani.
So, what's the goal here? The tujuan pemerintah adalah, the government's goal is, to do what? Menciptakan kondisi yang memungkinkan, to create conditions that allow every single citizen to have that kehidupan yang layak dijalani. It just goes to show how this very personal concept is also a huge goal for good governance. So let's pull all that together. Kehidupan yang layak dijalani is this wonderfully rich Indonesian phrase for a life that has quality, comfort, and dignity. It's so much more than just surviving. We've seen it used in personal, economic, and social contexts. And now, I've got one final thought for you to take away. I want to leave you with this question. For you, personally, what do you think is the most important element for a livable life? Is it comfort? Is it hope? That sense of balance? It's a fantastic question to think about, not just for your language practice, but for life itself. And that's a wrap for us today. I really hope you feel a little more confident using this incredible phrase. As they say on the slide, terima kasih telah menonton. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.